It is officially summer now. The temperatures are skyrocketing, and perhaps your spring vegetables in your garden are starting to look like this. Today, we're going to fix that. Welcome to the Provident Gardener. My name is Amanda, and today I've got to address this. What once was a beautiful box full of thriving spring vegetables starting to look kind of sad. Those hotter temperatures are not good for these plants. They don't like it. You can see my peas are starting to die back. The kale, the lettuce, I don't even think you can see the Swiss chard anymore. I really enjoyed doing my spring vegetables in these planter boxes from Vego garden. This one is self-watering and I've loved it. I loved planting them from little seedlings and watching them grow and thrive. I think for the first year doing my spring vegetables this way, this was a success. But I want to talk about some things I might do differently next time. So as you can see, the peas kind of struggled. In my mind, when I planted them in front here, they would like beautifully drape over the front. But what happened was, as any plant wants to do, it wants to grow towards the sun. And so these for a long time, kind of like were sticking up like this. And then as peas started to grow, they just flopped down. Next year, if I do this again, I will plant them in the back and do some sort of trellis to hold them up and let them grow up behind everything. I think doing it this way put too much stress on the plant, and that's also part of why this part of it is dying off like this right now. I don't think I would plant as much. It got kind of crowded. Everything did okay, but overall, I think it was too crowded, and some things like the lettuce really struggled. It got kind of overcrowded by the kale. I planted Swiss chard here in the middle. Guess what? I don't really eat Swiss chard. I think I just did it because I like growing things. I would focus more on what I will actually eat, not do Swiss chard, but do more kale, definitely more lettuce overall. That is what I and my family will eat most of. But this was such a fun way to do my spring vegetables this year. This is maybe 18 inches by 3 to 4 feet. Very small square footage. I have 2 of these and I was able to grow a lot of food. So it's time to harvest this and see what we can do for summer. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Let's see what we grew that me and my family can use to fill our bellies. There's also a lot here that can't be used. The bugs have gotten to it, it's kind of died off, but we're not going to waste it. I'll put it in this bin here and I'll feed it to my worms. And as I feed all this stuff that my family can't eat to our worms in the garden, they will turn that into worm castings that will then feed the plants in the garden and grow more food for me and my family. It's a beautiful circle. Let's get to harvesting. What is that? It looks like some sort of larva. I don't know. Something I can't tell if it's good or bad. It almost looks like a chrysalis. You never know what you will find in the garden. So one of the awesome things about peas and other things like beans, bush beans, pole beans, is they will actually fix nitrogen into the soil. So I love putting peas and beans around all my other vegetables and most of my beds because those other plants are heavy feeders. They will suck that nitrogen out of the soil. They really need it to grow. And the peas and beans help put more nitrogen into the soil. Okay, now time for bed number 2. All done, and now we can plant some summer crops. This is going to be an experiment. I am going to do bush beans along the front because they don't get very big. In the middle, I'm going to try some zucchini. Now, zucchini can get really big, but I want to try it. And then a dwarf variety of sunflower along the back to add some color, more flowers to attract pollinators. I'm excited to see how this goes. Let's get planting. My beds are cleared and now all planted with seeds of summer crops. Come back in a few weeks and you can see how they're doing. Now I do want to mention I direct sowed everything, meaning I just planted by seed. You can put transplants in here, but I already planted all of those in my big garden. So what an adventure to see if I plant by seed in late June, what can I still get? Now I did mention that these are self-watering beds, which means there is a reservoir that you fill with water and the roots and the soil can suck up all that water. Then there's not as much maintenance. But when you first put in seedlings or direct sow some seed, you're gonna have to top water until they get established. These beds from Vego Garden have been so fun to work with and experiment with, and I am so excited to see what happens with these summer crops that I have planted in here. Now, if you would be interested in trying these, go check out Vego Garden. We'll put the link down in the description, and you can use the code Provident Gardener 10 off to get a discount. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let us know down in the comments what you have planted in your garden right now that you are so excited to see grow and then be able to harvest. And don't forget, don't be afraid to get a little dirt under your fingernails so you can turn that dirt into dinner.